All right, good morning, YouTubers. I'm Dave. You found do it yourself, do it right. Got my classic octane shirt on this morning. That's, you know, that means we're gonna be doing something with a vintage bike. You know, if you guys, you know, the shirt, the hat, go back, watch other videos. They kind of go with what the videos are about. Good Lord, that bird, that's not happy. That bird is not happy. Anyways, I've been searching, you know, for a vintage bike project. Found one. Facebook Marketplace. You know, it's where I do a lot of my hunting. Got the GMC behind me. Got the trailer hooked up. Gonna slide on over to the bank, pick up a little bit of cash, and we're gonna go look at a bike. We're gonna go look at it's a Honda. That's usually what I work on. That's just because those are the ones that are available. It's a Honda. It's not the typical Honda that I'm typically hunt, but it's a dual sport. It's you know, the guy says it's a 200, but I don't think it is. I think it's a 175. But you know, we'll see when we get there. It's the good thing about you know, old bikes and guys. You know, some people know what they have, and you know, some people don't. But anyways, gonna hop into GMC. Gonna slide on over to the bank, like I said, and you know, I'll bring you back when we, you know, when we get to where we're going. It's not too far. You know, that's the good thing about this bike is it's local. So I'm really surprised that the Coastal Empire Moto guys haven't jumped on this one yet. But you know, it is what it is. So anyways, bring it back. All right, it's just at the bank. That took basically forever. You know, I don't understand why you have two people working a drive-through when there's nobody in the drive-through, but there's, you know, a line for a teller. Anyways, whatever. In the car, as you can see, and gonna head on down the road to Richmond Hill, not too far away, and take a look-see at this bike. All right, guys, so you know, looked at the bike, talked to the guy for a while. You know, good young man, other than he's an Apache pilot. You know, I'm a Blackhawk guy. You know, he's an Apache guy. So anyways, ended up, you know, you can see back there, maybe you can't. I bought it. You know, why not? You know, he gave me the good vibes. You know, he told me the whole story behind the bike, told me what he did, what he didn't do, and he, you know, he's done a lot to it. So, you know, got a good feeling, got some good vibes. When I get back to the house, I'll let you see the bike, and you know, I'll go over it, show it to you, you know, show and tell kind of thing. So bring you back when I get back to the house. All right, guys, back to the house, and you know, you can see behind me, I did it again. I got another project, got another vintage bike. Now, like I said before, I've been hunting for one, and you know, this one popped up, Facebook Marketplace. You know, I take back what I said in the earlier clip about the young man not really knowing, you know, what his post was. In his post, it did say it was a 78. It's actually a 74. It did say it was a 200 cc's, but it's actually a 175. I kind of knew all that already before I went to look at the bike. But after speaking with, I say young man, the guy was 30, but he looked like he was 25, 28. You know, he's doing good for himself, you know, in the age lookage thing anyways. So, you know, after speaking with him, you know, the guy knew, you know, he knows his stuff. He, you know, he gave me the warm and fuzzy. You know, he sold the bike. Maybe he's just a good motorcycle salesman. I don't know. But, he told me everything that he did and everything that he didn't do. And, I'll get into that in just a minute. But I'll let you get a good look at it. Soak all it in. Soak it in. Soak it all in. Like I said, well, I didn't say, but it's a 1974, not a 78. It's a 74 XL 175. You can see he's done some stuff to it, other than the blinker. He's got an LED headlight. He's got LEDs, blinkers that work, I should say. All this stuff works. It just, it got broken in storage, as stuff usually does get broken in storage. But yeah, look at this. This is nice brown leather seat that the man made himself. Believe that, he made that himself. So I was like, wow, I was impressed to find out that he made that seat, this seat himself. He made it himself. Like, he sewed all that. I mean, good Lord, he's kind of like a seamstress. But talking to him about the bike, he's got a new Mikuni carb on there. He's totally rebuilt the engine, and as you can see, he's even got the hex bolts on the engine. I got, this bike came with extra parts also. It's in the back of the GMC. I'll show you in just a minute. But he totally rebuilt-icated the motor. It's got a Mikuni carb on there. It's got a pod filter, which I don't particularly really like pod filters too much. They're really finicky. They're really hard to get they're really hard to get tuned in, but whatever. The bike, he showed me pictures of the bike before he got it, and it was pretty sad looking. Somebody painted it green, and it was sadder than it is right now. But it's it's gonna need a back tire. This one's pretty whooped. There's, right here. And he's replaced the shocks. As you can see, these aren't stock, so those have been replaced. LED tail light, there, right there. Oh yeah, and the other LED that's, turn signal, it's busticated. But it needs, like his ad said. His ad was right on. Needs some TLC, and he didn't lie, not one bit. It needs some TLC. And are you soaking it all in still? Just, keep soaking it in. He even made a little muffler. He told me how he fabricated this guy in there to give it some back pressure. So just by talking with the guy and him telling me all the stuff that he did, I know what he, gotta give him some credit. He knows some stuff. I'll show you the wiring that he did, which is pretty impressive, because I hate wiring. Can't give him too many props because he is an Apache guy. So you gotta tone it down a little bit because he is an Apache guy. So yeah, he's got new controls, and these little flippy floppy mirrors. These are all aftermarket stuff. So I can't blame him for putting the aftermarket stuff on there. It's hard to find good original stuff to put back on your bike. So I can't blame him for throwing some aftermarket switches and stuff on there. So all in all, the bike is the bike's pretty nice. It's got good compression. Like I said, he rebuilt the motor. Bike's got really good compression, and he said the carburetor needs to be cleaned again before it'll run. He said before it went into storage, he's a military man obviously because he's an Apache guy, but he was overseas, stationed overseas. He had it in storage. He told me the whole story. Kind of a sad story actually. But anyways, told me the whole story, which made me really actually like the bike even more. I like the backstories on a lot of these bikes more than I actually like the bike himself, the bikes themselves. So yeah, let me get the key And I'll flip open the seat and I'll show you the wiring that he did. He did a bang up job, boy, let me tell you. All right, just so you know, all you purists out there, this bike is not original. It's not stock. It's not pure. Okay, so the guy, he's got himself a lithium-ion battery in here. Built a nice little box that to house it. And then look at all this wiring he did. He did a good job. He's got all these waterproof connectors. And they're all over. They're, everywhere there's a connection, he's got waterproof connectors, aftermarket stuff. This bike originally came with just bullet connectors. So he, he did it right. He's got all the wiring up underneath here. Pop that off. All this aftermarket wiring, all all waterproof connectors. So he actually did it right. All right, so some of the other things that he he sourced, because when he got the bike, it didn't have it, are these side covers. These side covers, they're pretty hard to come by, even for the old CBs and whatnot. Side covers, good quality, intact side covers, they're hard to find. And he said he got these from, I believe, Indonesia. Obviously they're aftermarket, if they came from Indonesia, but these are, thick fiberglass. They're nice, and they're a little beat up here and there, but it's an enduro, it's a dual sport, it's gonna get beat up. This bike is, especially when my big butt gets on it, it's a 175, and it's gonna pull my big butt around. So just gotta get it running. So other than that, I'll take you and I'll show you all the extra parts, and this will just affirm to you that the guy redid and rebuilt pretty much everything. I mean, when he said he did everything, he meant it. He kept all the parts. He did what I do, really. When I take parts off, I throw it in a bin and I keep it just in case. Just in case you need parts. And he did the exact same thing that I do, which I appreciated very much so. That's why I bought the bike. All right, so as the trunk opens on the GMC, I'll show you all the parts. Well, I'll show you the bin. Here's the bin. And what do we got in the bin? We got an extra motor. A whole motor. There's a clutch in there. And a tank. The tank is the tank's a little beat up. It's got a dent. But the inside doesn't look terrible. So, there's an axle bolt down there too. So a whole friggin' motor. The dude sourced a whole nother motor. So, and then let's see. Let's pull that out of the way a little bit. And then he's got, well, I got now, a whole another set of wheels. They were pretty whooped, but that back tire, it's seen better days. But honestly, it's better than the one that's on it. The one that's on it won't even hold air. So he says that one will hold air. So I'll switch out those tires right quick, like if I, once I get the bike running, so I can, go around the neighborhood. And then we got a whole nother bin full of parts. He's got a charger in here. He's got seals. And he's got a whole bunch. He's got wiring diagrams. He's got a head. That head's pretty whooped. I looked at it earlier. But I mean, as you can see, he's got a piston right here that he replaced. And then a whole bag of bolts. These are all the bolts that he replaced with the hex bolts. He's got the old shocks in there. He's got rubber. Yeah, man. He's got, look at, there's the carburetor. There's the original carburetors in here. Oh, don't want to put that in. I'll put this over here. What is all this? We got another switch and just a whole mess of stuff. Look, even got the original Keyheim carburetor. Now I don't know where all the parts are for it, but the bowl's pretty whooped. It's pitted, so that's why he went ahead and put the Mikuni on there. But yeah, look at all these extra parts, extra cables that are probably, you know, worth throwing in the garbage. But you know, like I said, he did what I do. Yeah, got some plastic bins, throw all the parts in the bin, and you know, save them. Because, you know, maybe a guy like me, maybe you know, the next guy that gets this bike, because it will be for sale eventually. You know, I'll fix it, get it running, ride it, love it, enjoy it, and then send it down the road. Like that's what I do with the vintage bikes. There's only a couple of vintage bikes that I'm ever gonna keep, and that's probably, you know, my racer and the blue bike, because, you know, Mary Beth loves that bike. So I'll probably end up keeping that forever too. But anyways, yeah, so this is the new project. This will be on the channel. A whole heck of a lot coming in the next few months. You know, I got some big plans coming. I'm not willing to share those with you yet, but there's gonna be some change coming to the channel, some change coming, you know, all together. But you know, I'll let you guys in when I know everything is set in stone and all my plans are happening. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some change coming, and hopefully for the good. You know, hopefully you guys stick with me. It'll be a little transition time frame, but you know, stick with me, and you know, it is what it is. So I think that's going to do it for this you know, oops, I did it again video, I guess you'd say. You know, this is what I do. I go look for old bikes, find them, buy them, fix them, and this is really the first time you guys have gotten to see the, you know, start to finish. You know, this is the start, and eventually though there will be a finished video. But yeah, it's gonna do it for this video. Like I said a couple minutes ago, if you like this stuff, give me a thumbs up, like, tag, share, follow, you know, all the things that you do at the end of the videos. You know, let your vintage bike guys know, let your Harley guys know. You know, a lot of Harley guys, they, you know, got started on bikes just like this, just like that one, you know, all the time. I get it all the time. Hey, I remember riding one of those when they first came out. All these old Harley guys that are all hardcore, you know, tattooed up, wearing their vests. Yeah, I remember riding on those Hondas back in the day. But anyways, like always, till next time, thanks a lot.